Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. It's our mid-season review as we discuss Ten Hag, best player of the season so far, disappointment of the season so far, ranking the season so far, and general thoughts on the season so far because it is a mid-season review. I'm joined by Beth, Charlie and Adam. How are we all doing?
Good.
We've also got our bits of pen and paper. If you watch the World Cup preview we did, basically we write stuff down, hold it up, and we might have different answers. That's how it works. So I suppose first, before we start doing all that, general thoughts on the season so far, Beth, in a few words. Don't go on forever.
Happy, progress, lack of consistency.
Brilliant. Charlie, same again. We don't want war and peace. What are your thoughts on the season so far?
Better than I expected.
That's even better. Can you do it in one word, Adam?
Mentality change.
2 words. 2 words. But you know, in general, I think the progress. There is definitely progress there, and I think we'd all agree with that. First thing I want to start off with, if we were ranking out of 10, and 6 is an average, get your pen and paper ready. What would you give Erik Ten Hag out of 10?
Out of 10.
Brian's playing Adam's playing hangman. We've all gone for 8.
Bang.
8. Why have you gone for 8, Charlie?
I think also what he's doing, you know, there's maybe the odd occasional time where a substitution is a little bit questionable, but everything he's doing off the pitch as well, you know, how he's dealing with the whole Ronaldo situation, storming off, all that, it's all positive and it's all good change.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I don't know what your thoughts are, Adam, but I think that Charlie's hit the nail on the head with the obviously Brentford and Brighton were disappointing, Man City and Villa. We've lost 4 games and people are going, why give it a minute? There'll be haters out there going, this is why we're on the floor. But I think when you think about the team that started, Maguire's 4th choice centre-back, the Cristiano Ronaldo stuff, he's had a lot to deal with. I said this the other day. In his 6 months at Manchester United, he's probably dealt with more drama and turmoil and ups and downs than any manager has probably dealt with in their career, really.
Yeah, easily. You said it there. He's been the first manager since Sir Alex Ferguson to actually handle something that's happened in terms of like bad results. He's changed it. He's learnt from it and he's moved on. He did it after Brentford. Brighton was bad. Brentford was horrendous, and he moved past it. He adapted. He changed. I gave him an 8. Basically because a couple of things. Decision to try and play Rashford as a number 10 or on the right-hand side, putting Bruno out on the right-hand side. Little things like this are all that can really pull him on, and making Ronaldo captain. I just couldn't understand that decision, but obviously we've seen how he's dealt with the Ronaldo situation. You just said it then. No other manager has had to deal with this in their whole careers, what he's had to deal with in 6 months. And Beth said it, progress, the mentality change. Charlie said he wasn't expecting it. It is very, very positive right now. And we've seen him introducing youth as well, which is a big thing for Manchester United.
Yeah, definitely Garnacho as well. Beth, you can tell us we'll write down what we think. What do you think, based on this mid-season review, is going to be achievable? Because you normally say winning the league. I mean, you can say we're going to win the league, but it's very difficult, I think, with Ten Hag and 5 new signings to go, we're going to get top 4, but we all do it at the start of the season. Now that you've seen I don't know how many games we've played, is it 14 games or 15 games? What do you think? What do you think is going to happen in the second half of the season? Can you see top 4? Do you think that's realistic, or do you think we'll still come a bit short on that? Europa League? What are you thinking?
Well, 14 games in, I think we can win the league. I'm joking. Honestly, I think with the squad we've got on Erik Ten Hag, it's going to be really hard come when the games start piling up. Other clubs might invest in January. Don't know if we're going to do that. I mean, with this Ronaldo stuff coming out, maybe the Glazers will be forced into doing that. We'll have to wait and see. But with the squad depth we've got, we've seen with injuries, it's hurt us. Since Varane dropped out in the Premier League, we've not had a clean sheet. I mean, we've done well with him dropping out. We've had decent fixtures, but we've not had a clean sheet. Anthony Martial coming back in, I think, is really, really important. I think we've missed goals. So areas that are weaknesses that I think other teams have strength on us. But I do think we can get top 4. But we have to go into the market. We have to at least get a right back and someone who can score some goals when Martial isn't there. Yeah,
Charlie, Beth makes some good points about not conceding goals since Varane. I think that's been a big loss. And let's be honest, we've sort of forgotten because of Ronaldo. That Fulham game, the reason we celebrated so much is because it very much looked like it was going to be 1 point from 6, and we wouldn't be as positive. It was a moment of magic, and we probably didn't deserve it in the second half, but what a result it was. So what do you feel in the second half of the season? There's a lot of teams in the top 4. Where do you think we're heading this season, and what would be good this season now? You've seen a bit.
I think so many people were never expecting us to be anywhere near top 4 at the start of the season, and whether you kind of think that we're in a position now where we should be aiming for it, I still do think that if we do manage to get top 4, that is an overachievement in the grand scheme of things. Considering the start of the season, obviously what he's done to the overall team, we spoke about Maguire, Ronaldo, those situations. So I'll be honest, I still just do see us having these blips over 2 or 3 games, like we're seeing. You know, it was a get out of jail card we almost played last minute right in the Fulham game. So I'm going to say it's like a top 6, Europa League type job, I reckon.
You don't think we'll get top 4?
I reckon we're capable of it, but I just don't think. I think there's better teams, and I just don't think. I don't think we should be expected to.
I agree. I've said all along I don't think we'll get top 4.
Who do you think will beat us to top 4?
I think Liverpool, Man City, obviously Arsenal, and I mean, look, Newcastle. Not Chelsea anymore. Spurs are annoyingly hanging around there. What I'm saying, I think we can get top 4, but I agree with Charlie. I don't think the expectation should be top 4. I think top 4 would be very good for us. Adam, you'll be at all these games.
Yeah.
Do you think we can, just to close this off, and then we're going to do who the signing of the summer is for Manchester United? But do you think that, you see the games firsthand? Do you think it's possible for this squad to be able to maintain Thursday and Sunday for however many weeks, for 5 months basically, and get top 4 and win the Europa League? Do you think that's going to be an issue?
That is a big issue. Just the fixture pile-up is something that I've gone about constantly. It's why the Sociedad game was so important, to try and win top of the group, because now February has come into the equation. January is already in the equation, as like you said, 3 games a week. FA Cup starts, you've got the League Cup still. Then you go into the fixtures that we lost, that were postponed, Crystal Palace and Leeds. They have to go in January because February we've now got the extra Europa League games. They're travelling, and we've seen what we've been like. So Sociedad away, we lost to Villa. We were cut.
We basically had to give the points up, didn't we?
We literally then went to Fulham. Again, it was a Carabao Cup, but for some reason they made us play on a Thursday night. Another team that had a full week off to prepare. Our squad isn't big enough, and is why I've sort of like hovering around making top 4. I think we can do it. I said all along it would be an overachievement from the start. I do see frailties in other clubs that I didn't expect as well, though. So that's kind of made me go a little bit more balanced and think we can make it. We have the best home defence in the league. We had the second best team away from home this season somehow in terms of form and points. It's unbelievable, that stat. We've been smashed by Brentford, City, Villa, conceded 13 goals in 3 games, but somehow we are second in away form this season. There is a mentality change, like I said at the start. That's what gives me confidence, because even when we lose a game and then you expect us to go on that horrible little run like we did last season, the never-ending away run that we was on, losing every game, it's not there that now.
Yeah.
You see a connection and you see the team fighting for each other, and you can see that pitch side. It is a different look on it, but there is a togetherness in the team now. It's whether we can keep them together with the squad size. That's the biggest problem, and why we may just miss out.
Okay. Be interesting. Ten Hag gets an 8 out of 10 off all of us, and definitely a good report so far. Top 4 may not be as straightforward as some fans maybe think. I think we've got to be realistic. Right, let's do signing of the season for Manchester United. So we had a few. There are a few contenders. That's caught me short, actually. I'm trying to think now. Yeah, definitely. Go. I did spell it right. There, 2-2. Martinez and Casemiro. Quite happy. I mean, a bit disappointed, I suppose some people might be. Who's yours? No Christian Eriksen. I think he's been a revelation. He's a free transfer, which also is a massive thing. Free transfer. We spent no money on him, and he's fundamental. So if you went for Eriksen, I don't think you're wrong. Why Martinez, Beth?
I went for Martinez because it was tough between Martinez and Casemiro, I'm going to be honest. But even Eriksen has a shout in there. He's been good. But Casemiro fills a position that we've been needing for so long. CDM, we've been so we've just been relying on players that can't do that role. But Martinez, for me, we were so poor at the back. You could see the amount of times we talked about Lindelof and Maguire and that partnership and it not working. And even you've seen Gary Neville talk about on Sky Sports, Man United will never win the league with that partnership. It's not even just winning the league. I don't think it's a top 4 partnership. So bringing Martinez in and putting him with Varane, who for me is like a new signing when he's partnered alongside Martinez, and the fact he's got his form back. Our defence is transformed, and I think that's what's been winning us games. We've not been scoring too many goals, but our defence has been... You look at that defence with Dalot, Varane, Martinez, Shaw, when it's on form, it's a top defence, and I think one of the best defences for me in the league when it's playing well.
The case for Martinez by Beth. The case for Casemiro from Charlie.
I feel like Casemiro is just, you know, and I'll be honest, I was a little bit worried when he first came in. There was a lot of misplaced passes and he, you know, doing the simple things he was getting wrong. But I just think, as Beth said, we've needed that type of player for so long, the destroyer. You know, he's not that De Jong guy that will take, you know, the ball off the back foot and then, you know, dribble through everyone. He's very much does the simple stuff very, very well. And he's just a class act. And I feel like he can, when you play in that midfield or even at the back, you just have so much confidence playing with him, right? He's just unbelievable.
There you go. Make your decision. Let's do as Beth. I mean,
I'm still going.
Okay, I'll feel a bit
Got
of
a bit
time.
excited
Beth's
with
just
Martinez.
Beth's wiping Martinez out, not in a real way.
You struggle to wipe that guy out. Wins everything.
He's very stubborn. We're going to do most improved player. Most improved player this season.
Oh.
I need to learn to write again. I spend so much time typing, I've lost the ability to write. I need to go back to school.
The easiest one.
Oh, easy. We've all gone for the set. Dalot/Shaw.
Yeah, Shaw's improved, I think, from the start of the season.
Definitely improved from the start of the season.
Yeah, but as an overall, Dalot.
Adam, the floor is yours.
Dalot. This was the easiest one. I'd be surprised if we all didn't agree on this. Yeah. Because last season, we were saying we needed a right back. We needed to bring that in desperately. We looked at Ten Hag signing Malacia and going, we've already got plenty over the left-hand side. The right-hand side is where we need it. He's completely turned this man into the player that Jose Mourinho said he was when he brought him into the football club. And that shows you how long he's been here.
Yeah.
Stop, start. This season, I can't see anyone getting in front of him. And that's down to him and his mentality and how he's adapted under Ten Hag's stewardship. He has been a breath of fresh air this season. He's smashing it for Portugal. And that, for me, is the biggest thing as well, because you looked at United players and they were going away on international duty for a break. I think it was Maguire who said it's better at the England camp than it is around Manchester United. The players are going away happy now. That's Ten Hag, but Dalot, I think, has taken the instruction more than anyone, especially the ones that needed it. He has left players behind, because you could have said last season, Maguire, Lindelof, Dalot, Shaw, I don't want any of them in the team this season, what a whole new back four. This guy is like a new signing this season. That's how much he's improved, and I think he 100% takes the title.
Do you know what as well? He's still only 23,
exactly.
Which is, we feel like we've had him for ages. I think Malacia's 22. So you think Malacia's this young talent coming through, which he is, but Dalot at 23, if he keeps up this form and keeps improving, he could be a really, really important player.
Jose said he will be the best right back in the world.
I tell you who I nearly went for, and I wish I had, just to be different, because we all went for it. Some people will say Rashford. De Gea. I wish I'd put De Gea there, because I think that he's a great player for Manchester United, and everybody knows that. But there is also a massive improvement in the way that he plays football. He has been absolutely battered from pillar to post for the last 18 months about how he plays out from the back. And the way he's playing out from the back this season, I don't think he gets the credit he deserves for that, because he clearly always could do it. And like Ten Hag said, it was more about the style of play we were playing before. So I think De Gea deserves a shout out, but yeah, Dalot would get it. I suppose it's not always a pleasant thing to do, but who would you say has been your flop of the season so far? The player that's disappointed you the most?
Oh God, no one is going to be surprised at what I
I don't think we're all going to go with the same, you know.
No.
I don't think we are.
Oh, not for me.
Yeah, we've gone the same, me and Beth with Sancho, and you've gone with Ronaldo. So Charlie, Ronaldo.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's. I just don't like kind of anything that's happened around him this season. The performances that he's been putting in haven't been anywhere remotely near to, even if you compare them to last season, where 18 goals, I think it was, and obviously performing very well in a very, very poor side, right? And I just think, I mean, you can obviously back me up on this, Ronaldo. I know you get very heated when it comes to Ronaldo, right? But he's just his overall demeanour, and I think everything. You know, a lot of people highlight his professionalism, and I think for me, what's kind of come to light recently does go against this whole professionalism thing as well.
I don't even want to bring in what's happened recently. I'll stick to what's happened on the pitch. The greatest goal scorer of all time, not scoring goals. His performances have been garbage. It's been absolutely pathetic for the standard that he is. That's why he's my biggest disappointment, because he expects so much more. And he did it last season, and because it's not going right this season, we've seen what's happened off the pitch. I don't even want to bring that into it. That's a totally different subject. But
just on the pitch,
when he's had his chance, he hasn't come in. But I do completely agree with you guys as well, only because of what's happened off the pitch is why I wouldn't pick the guy that you guys are going on now.
And Beth, you've gone with Sancho. Tell us why.
Sancho is CR7's a shout up there as well, but Sancho for me, the reason why I've gone with him is because I expected so much of him under Ten Hag. I thought he was really going to thrive. I thought you'd see his game excel because we knew what we were buying with Sancho. I mean, his stats in Bundesliga was like, it was along the lines of like Ballon d'Or stats, like the stats he was getting. And we've seen good players come for the Bundesliga. You've seen De Bruyne, you've seen Jude Bellingham's there doing really well now. You've seen Haaland. You've seen players come from there, and they are successful. And I thought Sancho would be part of that. His stats are off the scale, and what he can do with the football is something different to what we've got at United. So I thought under Ten Hag he's really going to start to thrive. He's had moments like that Liverpool game when you saw that ice cold finish when he put it in the back of the net. But the last couple of games, I mean Chelsea, it was poor. And the reason why I'm disappointed is because in big games, while we've been rubbish, he seems to actually be the one that plays well over the last season or so, but we've just not seen a consistent Sancho anywhere near Dortmund level, and that's really disappointing for me because, I mean, we bought him for a lot of money and we thought it was going to be this flair player really exciting, and don't get me wrong, I still think there's a way back for Sancho, still think there's a player there, but this break for the World Cup might be good for him, and hopefully that will change by the end of the season.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting with Sancho because obviously you've got Garnacho, you've got Rashford, you've got Anthony. He's sort of in the similar position to Harry Maguire, spent a lot of money on him, Solskjaer did, and I've said this a few times, does that mean that Ralf Rangnick has to be, not Ralf Rangnick, sorry Ralph, does that mean that Erik Ten Hag has to be loyal to Jadon Sancho? I think that I want him to do well, but he wasn't bought by Erik Ten Hag, so maybe there isn't a future. He's got to work hard. I mean, I think Ten Hag's made it very, very clear that you've got to work hard. I'm going to ask one final thing. This is going to be very interesting. It is transfer related. One player that you think is going to shock people that will not be part of Manchester United's future under Erik Ten Hag in the next 18 months.
Shock people?
Yeah, like, obviously we know Ronaldo's going to go. We know that maybe a Donny van de Beek's going to go. But do you think there is some player that is going to move on that, it could be a Maguire, it could be someone like that. Is there a player that you think he's going to move on that people don't think? It might be Sancho.
So it is a tough one.
Got it.
De Gea! Ooh! Axel's not a shot.
That, to be fair.
He will be. I've seen something in Axel that I think will shock Ten Hag because he will go away from this football club and do well somewhere.
All right, there we go.
He will.
That's Adam's reason. De Gea.
This is it. Sorry, yeah, go on. De Gea steals the headlines.
I think this is amazing.
Is it?
I know
where you're coming from.
Not because I think he's a bad goalkeeper, anything like that. I just think they'll, as you say, you kind of give a time frame of a year and a bit. I just think there's
a decision to be made in the summer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a younger. I think there's a younger, better version that has a lot more time on their side. But no, I agree with everything in terms of De Gea. He's been great. His distribution's gone up tenfold. Everything in terms of, we know his shot stopping is unbelievable. So, but everything else that we didn't think or weren't seeing in terms of being more commanding and coming off his line that little bit more, he's definitely improved. But I just do think that you know, within the next 18 months, as you say, there might be a new, and you never know, they might come in while he's still there, and then as he leaves, this new guy comes, whoever it is, whether it is the Costa that's been named, or the Sanchez of Brighton, or Raya of Brentford. There's plenty of options out there.
I do still get nervous when he's on the bar, but we'll see.
I don't. I think it depends how much money we've got. I think there's money that needs to be spent elsewhere before that. But look,
why did you go with Lindelof? Just interesting.
Because I thought Maguire. I just think Lindelof will go. I think Lindelof will go, and I think it's a surprise, but I think he will go. Not because he's bad, but I think he needs to bring another centre back in. And if he brings another centre back in, that makes Lindelof fourth choice, even if he's third choice now. So I think Lindelof will go because he's ambitious. I think Maguire might dig his feet in and not go, and it might be a long. And who's going to buy Maguire? Whereas I think Lindelof, people would take a punt on Lindelof. So
see, that's what I thought you said. We'll shock him and be better elsewhere.
Oh, Adam didn't get the brief. He wasn't you have to really get fit first, Juan Sebi. Anyway, look, really enjoyed that. Hope you did at home. Thank you for coming on, everyone.
Appreciate it. All good.
About it.
In the studio as well. Get your comments in below. We spoke about quite a lot. Thanks for watching. Smash a like, and we'll speak to you on the next one.